Okay, let's unpack this because I consider myself a pretty confident speaker. I mean, I can order a coffee, I can argue about movies, I can tell a joke, but there is this specific black hole in the English language that absolutely terrifies me.
Let me guess. It happens when you try to open your calendar.
It is exactly that. It's the social future. I'm trying to tell someone about my plans for tomorrow, and suddenly I just freeze.
Yeah, because there's so many options.
Like, do I say I will see you,
Mm.
or I am going to see you, or just I am seeing you?
The paradox of choice.
It has paralyzed me more times than I care to admit, honestly. And the worst part is if you pick the wrong one, you don't just make a grammar mistake, you actually change the whole vibe.
You really do.
You end up sounding, I don't know, robotic.
Or flaky. Or even overly aggressive. I mean, think about it. If you look someone in the eye and say, I will arrive at your party tomorrow, it sounds less like a confirmation and more like a threat.
Exactly. Sounds like the Terminator making an RSVP. I will be there. It's just way too intense.
Yeah, it's very heavy.
But then if I say I'm going to be there, it sounds kind of loose, like maybe I will, maybe I won't.
And that is exactly the nuance we are getting into in our deep dive today.
I am so ready for this.
So the source material we have today is a really comprehensive grammar guide focused on A2 level English, specifically mastering these future forms. And our mission is to help you move beyond just being understood and actually sound like a human being with a social life.
That is the goal.
Yeah.
I want to sound like a human, not a sci-fi character.
Then we have to talk about the star of today's show, which is the present continuous.
Which is already confusing right out of the gate.
How so?
Well, present continuous. It has the word present right there in the name, like I am eating, I am walking. That is right now. But we use it to talk about next Tuesday.
We do, and understanding why that shift happens is going to completely solve your anxiety about this.
Okay, I'm all ears.
It's not just a grammar rule, it's actually a psychological signal. When you use the present tense for a future event, you are doing something very specific with the timeline.
Okay, so let's get into the mechanics of that. The guide lays out a golden rule for this. Right. Because I know I can't just use it for everything.
Right.
Like, I can't say it is raining tomorrow.
No, absolutely not. That would sound completely bizarre to a native speaker. The present continuous that I am doing structure when you apply it to the future is reserved for one very specific thing.
Which is?
The arrangement.
The arrangement. That sounds very formal.
It is formal in a way. Think of it like a triangle. For something to count as an arrangement, the source suggests it usually needs 3 components.
Okay, what are they?
First, a decision has already been made. Second, a specific time and place have been set. And third, this is the big one, it usually involves other people.
Time, place, and people.
Exactly. Let's look at a classic example from the text. I'm meeting Sally at 7.
I'm meeting Sally at 7.
Oh,
okay,
no.
let's break that down.
Peel back the layers of that sentence for me. What has to have happened in the real world and physical reality for you to be able to say that honestly?
Well, I mean, I must have texted Sally or called her.
Correct. You initiated contact.
And she must have said yes. We must have looked at our schedules and agreed on 7 o'clock. And we probably picked a cafe or a bar or something.
Exactly. A shared reality has been created. If you just thought in your head, man, I really want to hang out with Sally, you cannot use the present continuous.
Because it's just in my head.
Right. You can't say I'm meeting her if she doesn't know about it yet. That's not an arrangement. That's a hallucination.
Or stalking. I'm meeting Sally, but she doesn't know it yet.
Right. Yeah. Stalking is definitely not an arrangement. So using the present continuous is basically sending a signal to the listener.
What's the signal?
It says this is a done deal. The machinery is in motion. The other person knows.
Ah, okay. That's why it feels so solid compared to I will meet Sally.
Exactly. I will meet Sally. It sounds like a promise you're making to yourself right now. It completely lacks that social weight. The guide actually gives another high-stakes example that I love.
Lay it on me.
We're getting married next July.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a big one.
Huge. If you say we will get married next July, it sounds like you're trying to convince your parents or something. We will do it.
It sounds defensive.
Yeah.
Like someone told you couldn't.
Exactly. But we are getting married implies the venue is booked, the cake is ordered, the invitations are out. The event is treated as a fact that just hasn't happened yet.
It brings the future into the present reality. It collapses the timeline.
Beautifully put. And there's a great analogy in the source regarding travel that really cements this idea for me, the ticket analogy.
Right, yeah. The guide mentions that verbs of movement like flying, leaving, going, arriving, they are absolute magnets for the present continuous. Like I'm flying to New York tomorrow.
Think about the logistics of flying. In the modern world, you can't just stroll onto a plane.
No, it's a nightmare. You need security boarding passes, luggage checks.
Exactly. So implicit in the sentence I'm flying is the fact that I have a ticket.
Right.
Ticket is the physical proof of the arrangement. You wouldn't say, I will fly to New York if you're holding a boarding pass in your hand. You'd say, I'm flying.
So if I'm understanding this correctly, the grammar is actually indicating the level of financial or social commitment I have.
That is a brilliant way to put it. It's about having skin in the game.
So if I say I'm playing golf on Saturday, I've booked the tee time, I might even lose a deposit if I don't show up.
Yes,
And
exactly.
if I say I'm seeing the dentist, I have the little appointment card on my fridge.
Precisely. It signals reliability. If you use this form, people know you are locked in.
But this leads us into the murky waters,
Yeah.
right? The nuance battle, as I call it. Because there's another form that looks very, very similar. And I think this is where most learners, and honestly, even I get a bit lazy.
You're talking about be going to.
Yes. Be going to versus the
Gold.
present continuous. Like, I'm leaving tomorrow versus I'm going to leave tomorrow. Or I'm washing the car versus I'm going to wash the car.
Right, they sound very similar.
To the untrained ear, they seem identical. Are we just splitting hairs here?
They are very close, and in rapid casual speech, they often do overlap. But there is a real distinction in feeling that the source material highlights with a comparative chart.
Okay, what's the distinction?
It really comes down to one word. Control.
Control.
Or maybe internal versus external. As we established, the present continuous, like I'm leaving, is the arrangement. It's external, it's on the calendar, it often involves others.
Okay.
But be going to, like, I'm going to leave focuses on the intention. It's internal.
So going to is about what is in my head.
Yes. It's what you want to do or plan to do, but you might not have signed the contract yet.
The guide has this funny example about a dirty car that I think explains this perfectly.
Oh, the dirty car scenario. I love this one because it's just so mundane.
Set the scene for us.
Okay, imagine you're standing in your driveway. Your neighbor, let's call him Bob, walks by, looks at your car and says, hey, your car is filthy.
Thanks, Bob. Mind your own business.
Right. But you reply, I know. I'm going to wash it tomorrow.
I'm going to wash it.
No, why did you choose that form? Why didn't you say, I am washing it tomorrow?
Well, following our logic, I am washing it. It implies I have an appointment. Like I've hired a mobile detailing crew to show up at 9 a.m. sharp.
Exactly. And let's be honest, you probably haven't. You just plan to grab a bucket and a sponge whenever you wake up.
It's a loose plan. It's my intention.
Correct. So I'm going to wash it is the perfect fit. It tells Bob this is my plan, but it doesn't claim that a specific time slot has been locked in with a third party.
But wait, can I play devil's advocate for a second?
Please do.
What if it's super organized. What if I literally wrote in my diary, 10 a.m. wash car? Can I then say to Bob, I am washing the car tomorrow?
You technically can, but it sounds a little weirdly rigid. It sounds like you have a contract with your sponge.
The contract with the sponge. That's hilarious.
It implies you treat washing your car with the same seriousness as a doctor's appointment. So while grammatically correct socially, it marks you as a very intense person.
That is such a subtle distinction. But once you see it, you really can't unsee it. So I'm going to study means I plan to open my books. But I'm taking an exam means the school set the time.
Boom, you've got it. I'm going to lose weight is a resolution. I'm seeing a trainer on Tuesday is a commitment.
It's the difference between a wish and a schedule.
Exactly. And that brings us to the third player in this game, the wild card, will.
Will. The one we're all told in school is the future tense, but turns out it's the least useful for actual planning.
It really is. In this context, will isn't for plans at all. It's for the moment of speaking.
The instant decision.
Yes. Contrast the heavy planning of the dentist appointment or the wedding with will. Will is reactive. It happens snap just like that.
The source uses a dialogue about sugar to illustrate this, right?
Right. So person A opens the cupboard and says, oh no, we don't have any sugar.
And person B says,
Don't worry, I'll buy some.
I'll buy some.
Now look at the timeline. Did person B plan to buy sugar yesterday?
No. They didn't know they were out of sugar until 5 seconds ago.
Yeah. Exactly. They didn't make a calendar entry. They didn't call the grocery store. It is a spontaneous offer of help, an instant reaction to a new problem.
So if the phone rings, I say I'll get it.
Perfect. You're reacting to the ring. You wouldn't say, I am getting it, unless you were psychic and knew it was going to ring at exactly 12:01.
Or I am going to get it, which implies you've been planning to answer the phone for hours.
Which would be very weird. Will is for offers promises and instant decisions made right now. I'll help you with that bag. I'll open the door, I'll have the chicken.
Wait, I'll have the chicken. That's classic restaurant ordering.
Ideally, yes.
Yeah.
You look at the menu, you decide now, and you tell the waiter, I'll have the chicken. If you say I'm having the chicken, it sounds like you pre-ordered it online 3 days ago.
I made an arrangement with his chicken last Tuesday.
Exactly. So we have this hierarchy, will for right now, going for intentions, present continuous for fixed arrangements. But there is a trap.
There is always a trap in English, isn't there?
There is. The expert in the source material highlights a hard rule regarding predictions.
Predictions, like looking into a crystal ball.
Or just looking at the sky. You cannot use the present continuous for things outside of human control. You cannot say it is raining tomorrow.
It is raining tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds wrong. It sounds confident but wrong.
It implies you have arranged the weather, you called the clouds, you set a time.
I wish I had that power.
We all do. But since we don't, we have to use will or going to. You can say it will rain as a prediction or it's going to rain if it's a prediction based on evidence, like you see dark clouds, but never it is raining.
What about the same thing for elections?
Oh,
Or sports?
yes. I think he'll win the election. Not he is winning the election tomorrow. Unless the game is rigged, of course.
So grammar can actually reveal corruption. If a politician uses the present continuous for the result, we should be very suspicious.
Absolutely. If they say I'm winning tomorrow, definitely check the ballot boxes.
I love that. Okay, so we've got the theory down, we have our 3 buckets, but the real world is messy. People don't speak in textbook sentences.
No, they really mix and match. And this is where it gets fun.
The source material provides these case study dialogues, little exercises where these forms collide. I want to walk through these because this is where the rubber meets the road. I want to act these out a little bit, see if we can spot the logic.
Let's do it.
All right, case study number 1. The father and daughter.
A classic domestic scene.
So the daughter needs a ride. She asks her dad, and the dad says, of course, I'll take you there after lunch.
Stop right there. I'll take you. Why?
Based on what we just said, he didn't plan this yesterday. She just asked him. He's being a nice dad. It's an instant decision.
Bingo. It's an offer. I will take you. But then, notice how he pivots immediately. He says, I also need to go downtown because I'm meeting a client at 3.
The shift to present continuous. I'm meeting a client.
Because that part isn't a spontaneous decision. That's his job. He has an appointment. Time, place, client. He can't just bail on that.
So in one breath, he uses will for the favor and present continuous for the work commitment.
It maps the reality perfectly. And then the daughter chimes in with her reason for going. She says, I'm going to get a couple of books.
I'm going to get. That's going to.
Why did she say, I am getting a couple of books?
I'm guessing because she doesn't have an arrangement with the books.
Exactly. The books don't know she's coming. She hasn't called the librarian to reserve specific titles. She just intends to browse and grab some. It's her plan, her purpose.
So if she had reserved them, she could say, I'm picking up my reserved books.
Yes. I'm picking them up would be an arrangement. I'm going to get some is just an intention.
It's amazing how much information is packed into those tiny auxiliary verbs. It tells a whole story about who knows what and what is actually locked in.
It creates a fully textured picture of reality. Some things are reactions, some are firm commitments, and some are just goals.
Let's look at case study 2, the train ticket. This one trips people up because trains run on schedule, so it feels like everything should be an arrangement.
Yeah, it's a tricky one.
So Roy asks Valeria about her travel. Valeria says, I'm taking the 6:50 train.
Present continuous. I'm taking.
Which makes sense. Trains are the ultimate arrangement. They do not wait for you.
Right. Even if she doesn't physically have the ticket in her hand, yet the event is fixed by the transport company, she is stepping into an existing arrangement.
But then Roy asks, do you have the ticket? And she says, not yet. I'm going to buy it online when I get home.
I'm going to buy it.
Why not? I am buying it.
Because she's not doing it right now, and she hasn't scheduled a specific buying appointment with her computer.
Meeting with laptop 7 p.m.
Right. It's just a task on her to-do list. It's an intention. I'm going to buy it later.
So the travel itself is the arrangement. I'm taking the train. But the administrative task of paying is just an intention. I'm going to buy the ticket.
Exactly. And this is a great example of how you can switch forms to show different levels of certainty. The train is leaving, that's certain. She intends to buy the ticket, that's likely, but still dependent on her actually doing it.
Okay, final case study. And this one's my favorite because it involves social awkwardness, the social rejection.
A vital life skill. How to say no with grammar.
So Ruth invites Sandra for a drink. Sandra wants to say no. Her first excuse is, I'm going to finish the book I am reading.
Going to finish is a personal goal.
Is that a strong excuse?
Not really. An intention like, I'm going to finish, sounds like something you could change if you wanted to. Ruth hears that and thinks, well, you can finish it later. Come out with me.
Exactly. It sounds weak.
Hmm.
So Ruth presses her. Why do you need to finish it?
Mm-hmm.
And Sandra just drops the hammer. She says, because I'm meeting my friends from the reading club tomorrow.
And there it is, the anchor. I'm meeting my friends.
Present continuous.
That is the hard arrangement that forces the previous intention. She has to finish the book, which is the intention, because she is meeting the club, which is the arrangement.
If she just said, I'm going to meet my friends, it sounds softer.
It does. It sounds like I plan to, but maybe I won't. But I'm meeting them implies people are actively waiting. If she doesn't show up, she's being rude. The social pressure is literally baked into the grammar. That is so cool. I never really thought about grammar as having social pressure.
It absolutely does. That's why mastering this makes you sound so much more trustworthy to a native speaker.
Yeah.
You aren't just translating words, you're conveying the actual status of your commitments.
You're signaling to the world you can rely on me being there.
Exactly.
So let's wrap this up for you, the listener. We've covered a lot of ground today, from sugar jars to train tickets. If we had to put this on a cheat sheet, like a mental Post-it note, what is the hierarchy?
Okay, let's build it from the bottom up.
Start with the instant stuff.
Right. If you decide it right now, in the moment of speaking, reacting to a ringing phone, an offer of help, or an empty fridge use will, I'll get it. I'll do it.
Then the plans.
If it's a plan in your head, an ambition, or something you haven't fully organized with others yet, like washing the car, losing weight, or studying USB going to, I'm going to do it.
And the gold stamp. If it's a fixed arrangement, meaning you have a time, a place, and usually another person or a ticket involved, use the present continuous. I'm seeing the dentist. I'm flying to Paris. I'm meeting Sally.
The diary rule.
That's the final takeaway. If you can open your phone, look at the calendar, and see a specific name and time slot, use the present continuous. It sounds more committed, more natural, and it tells the listener this is happening.
I love that. It takes the robot voice away completely. Instead of I will see you, it's I'm seeing you.
It's just warmer. It connects you to the future in a much more tangible way.
You know, before we go, this actually raises a really provocative thought for me. We talked about how I'm flying implies you have the ticket. Does using the present continuous actually make the future feel more real to us psychologically?
That is a fascinating question. Linguistic relativity, the idea that language shapes thought.
Right. Like if I say I'm going to write a book, I can procrastinate forever. It's always going to happen. But if I say I am writing a book, even if I'm not doing it right this second, it feels like I'm already in the process. It feels unavoidable.
It collapses the timeline. By using the present tense for a future event, you are essentially claiming that the future event is as real as the chair you are sitting in right now.
Yeah.
You are physically pulling the future into your current reality.
That's deep. Maybe that's a hack for productivity. Stop saying I'm going to and start saying I am doing.
Fake the arrangement until you make it.
Exactly. Just trick your brain. But it also makes you wonder, does using the wrong form change how reliable you sound to your friends? Like if you're always saying I'm going to meet you instead of I'm meeting you, do they subconsciously think you might flake?
Oh, I think absolutely. I'm going to be there sounds like 50 odds. I'm being there. Well, that's not right grammar. But I'm arriving at 5 means you better have the snacks ready.
I'm arriving at 5. That is confidence.
Grammar is trust.
Grammar is trust. I'm putting that on a t-shirt. Thank you so much for breaking this down with us today.
My pleasure.
And to you, the listener, go out there and arrange your future. Don't just intend to do it. Call someone, set a time, and use the present continuous. We'll catch you in the next deep dive.
See you then.